What if I told you that the person you mocked, ignored, and treated like nothing could one day rise and take over your place? What if your biggest enemy is not a stranger, but someone you've been oppressing since childhood? And what if one wrong decision, driven by pride, insecurity, and uncontrolled anger, could cost you your relationship, your opportunities, and your entire future? Today, we are looking at a very intense, emotional, and lesson-packed Nollywood movie titled Managing Director, a movie produced by Ruth Kudry that goes beyond business and power and dives deep into character, destiny, and consequences. Welcome to latest Nollywood Movies Review channel, where we don't just review movies, we extract deep life lessons, hidden truths, and powerful insights that can transform your thinking and your life. Are you ready? Let's dive in deeper, but don't forget to subscribe and comment. Welcome back. We begin with the story of the movie. The story begins with the struggles of Shalewa, a young woman who faced serious hardship in life but refused to give up. Despite societal expectations and limitations, she made a bold and unconventional decision to learn auto engineering, a field largely dominated by men. From the very beginning, we are introduced to a deep-rooted conflict between Shalewa and Toyin. This was not a sudden disagreement. It was a long-standing issue that started from infancy. Toyin consistently abused, belittled, and took advantage of Shalewa, treating her as inferior and insignificant. As the story progresses, we are introduced to Toyin's boyfriend, Kelvin, a wealthy and seemingly strategic man. Toyin, who sees herself as highly educated and entitled, approaches Kelvin with a business idea, a fashion business that requires a staggering investment of $500 million. However, Kelvin refuses to fund the business, not out of stinginess, but because Toyin lacks something very critical: clarity, structure, and a solid business proposal. Despite her education, she fails to present a convincing plan, exposing a gap between qualification and competence. This moment becomes a turning point. Toyin begins to lose her ground, emotionally, financially, and relationally. And in a dramatic twist of fate, Shalewa, the same girl she once looked down on, the senior high school graduate who became a mechanic, begins to rise. Eventually, Shalewa takes over the very position and opportunities that Toyin once occupied. This is where the story becomes deeply symbolic. Life has a way of reversing roles. The rejected can become the celebrated, and those who abuse power can lose it unexpectedly. Title analysis. The title of the movie, Managing Director, immediately gives the impression of a story centered around corporate leadership, power struggles, and executive decision-making. And yes, there are elements of that. However, as the movie unfolds, it becomes very clear that the storyline is heavily centered on Shalewa, the female mechanic, her journey, her struggles with Toyin, and her eventual rise. In fact, from a structural and narrative perspective, the movie could have very easily been titled The Female Mechanic or My Cousin My Enemy, because that is where the emotional weight and transformation truly lie. Setting and location. The choice of locations in this movie was quite fitting and contributed positively to the storytelling. The mechanic shop felt realistic and grounded. Shalewa's accommodation reflected her humble beginnings. The office spaces aligned with the corporate theme, and Kelvin's home setting reinforced his financial status and personality. Cinematography. Kudos to the director and the cinematography team for a commendable effort. The use of different camera angles allowed the audience not just to watch the story, but to experience it from multiple perspectives. Close-up shots helped capture emotional intensity. Wider shots established context and environment. Strategic framing added depth to key scenes. This approach enhanced viewer engagement and gave the movie a more dynamic visual storytelling style. This misleading transition scene. One noticeable flaw in the movie was the use of a misleading transition. There was a transition scene showing a boat on the sea during sunset, clearly suggesting that time had passed and it was getting dark. However, the next scene abruptly cuts to Toyin returning to the mechanic shop, wearing the same dress, on what appears to be the same day, and in broad daylight. This creates a continuity error that disrupts immersion and confuses the viewer. A more appropriate transition, such as a busy street, an aerial city view, or a time-lapse urban shot would have maintained consistency and improved storytelling flow. As is lesson number 1. Never mistreat the less privileged. Toyin abused Shalewa for years, but life has a way of balancing accounts. Power is temporary, character is permanent. Lesson 2. Don't misuse influence or authority. Mr. Larry stood firm and refused to fire Shalewa unjustly. Integrity in leadership is rare, but powerful. Lesson 3. Insecurity can drive destruction. Toyin's fear and insecurity pushed her into making dangerous and evil decisions. Instead of improving herself, she chose to eliminate perceived threats. Lesson 4. Kindness is an investment. Shalewa's generosity became her protection. When danger came, the same people she helped stood for her and refused to be bribed to kill or harm her. Lesson 5. Don't invest blindly. Kelvin's refusal to give his girlfriend $500 million for her fashion business teaches a powerful lesson. Never fund a vision that lacks structure, clarity, and direction. Lesson 6. Never underestimate prayer and spiritual sensitivity. Shalewa's consistent prayer life and her mother's dream played a critical role in saving her life. Spiritual awareness matters. Lesson 7. Never build relationships on lies. Toyin built her relationship on deception. And eventually, truth caught up with her. Lesson 8. Control your anger. Toyin's uncontrolled anger destroyed key relationships and exposed her deeper flaws. Emotional discipline is essential for success and maintaining important relationships in life. Lesson 9. We must learn to forgive, but criminal cases need to be reported, like how Kelvin ensured that Toyin was arrested for crimes. Lesson 10. Sometimes, love can be found in the strangest situation, and that is where your turning point is. Shalewa found love at last, and all her dreams came to pass because she chose to stand and shine even in the worst situation. Are you going through tough times or facing critical moments in your life that require divine intervention? Please, let me know in the comments, and we will stand with you in prayer. And most importantly, consider giving your life to Jesus for a total transformation and turnaround. Rating. Overall, I will rate this movie a 6/10. Kudos to the Ruth Kudry team for putting this together. Keep pushing, keep improving, and keep bringing us stories that not only entertain, but also teach and transform lives. Alright, amazing people, thank you so much for staying with me to the very end. If you found value in this review, kindly subscribe, turn on the notification bell, share your thoughts and lessons in the comments, and don't forget to share this video with others.